Good afternoon to you all. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good. How are you doing? Thank you for connecting on today's meeting. Now, I'm going to mute everybody. Got some updates for you. Then, after the update, we're going to, for all those who have submitted their offer letters, signed and submitted their offer letters, especially for teachers, we're going to start the process for you. And then we're going to guide you through the next steps. For nurses, we're also going to start the process for you. And we have some important information for midwives in particular. I mean, a lot of questions about midwives and taking the NCLEX and after passing, getting visa screen certificate. We will address all that today. Now, the meeting is being recorded, so if your network goes bad or something happens, we'll post the recorded version after the meeting. So that we don't have any interruptions, I'm muting everybody. Going to do a quick presentation. After that, we'll open the floor for questions. Now, today, my presentation, I want to start from the basic. There's a lot of talk about ban on US visa for Ghana, ban from Ghana traveling to the US, and so on and so forth. And even on the WhatsApp page, we have noticed some misinformation. We want to set it straight. For starters, you go to the US Embassy in Accra website. So I'm here, US Embassy, Ghana. gh.usembassy.gov, go to the visa page. Some notice there, you can read it later. But I want to start from the basic. What is a visa? A citizen of a foreign country who seeks to enter the United States generally must first obtain a US visa, which is placed in the traveler's passport. So for you to enter the US, Ghana, you must get a visa. There are some countries that have the visa waiver program with the US, but Ghana is not part of it. Now, the US Embassy issues a number of different visas, but you can generally group them into two main categories. So when it comes to what type of visa do you need for short-term visits to the United States, for short-term visits to the United States, for tourism, for business, for education, and many others, you can go directly to online application to get what we call a temporary visa. Note the categories. For tourism, you want to go there to visit sites, see the people, the way they live, and so on and so forth. For business and teachers go to the US for business, to teach. For those who want to go to the US for education, to do undergraduate course, to do postgraduate course, education, the visa you get is a temporary visa. Now, those visas are broadly called non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa. Now, then for those who want to go to the US to live there and work, permanently, you need a different kind of visa that falls under a broad category called immigrant visa. So there's the immigrant visa, there's the non-immigrant visa. So when you come here for immigrant visas, which are issued for foreign nationals who intend to live and work permanently in the United States, you can visit the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services site for the relevant forms. Okay. So there is World Cup coming. All those who will be going to the U.S. on the World Cup visa, that is a short visa, and that falls under non-immigrant visas. Then for nurses who want to go to the US, nurses we are recruiting, you will be going with an immigrant visa. So there are two different visas here. Teachers, your J1 visa and any other nomenclature J2 visas are all non-immigrant visas. Nurses, your visas are immigrant visas. So you come here, you see a detailed explanation of each visa type. There are subcategories, so tourism and visitors, B1, B2 visas, study and exchange. There's the F1, F2, there's M1, M2. Then there's J1, J2 visas. They fall under study and exchange. There's the business visa. Then you come to the immigrant visa, employment visa. These are permanent visas. There are times we go temporary employment, and temporary employment will fall under non-immigrant visas. You can take your time, visit the US Embassy website, and read carefully about it. Okay. A lot of information about it there. And so when we are talking about nurses and we talk about nursing visa, bear in mind your visa is totally different from the visas for the teachers. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, following on the heel of the immigrant visa and non-immigrant visa, now that you have clarity in your mind, the visa categories we are talking about, let me quickly talk about the current ban on visas on 75 countries that was announced in January and what it actually means. So I have come to the official US government website, travel.state.gov, US Department of State. The US Department of State is like Ghana's foreign ministry. Okay, so it handles the foreign affairs ministry of the United States government. So all the embassies around the world and the consulate around the world, the US consulate, US embassies around the world falls under the US Department of State or the State Department. Immigrant visa processing update for nationalities at high risk of US public benefit reliance. This was last updated February 2nd, 2026. President Trump had made clear that immigrants must be financially self-sufficient and not to be a financial burden to Americans. The Department of State is undergoing a full review of all screening and vetting policies to ensure that immigrants from high-risk countries do not unlawfully utilize welfare in the United States or become a public charge. Now, effective January 21, 2026, the Department of State paused all visa issuance to immigrant visa applicants. To immigrant visa applicant. Are you getting the picture? We just discussed the various categories of visas issued by the US government. We have the non-immigrant visas, the visas teachers are going to get to go to the US to work. It's called non-immigrant visas. The pause or the ban, so to speak, whatever terminology you give it, the US government officially calls it a pause. The pause only affects immigrant visa applicants. So on the page where you are, it affects only nurses, not teachers. Okay. Effective 21st January 21, 2026, the Department of State paused all visa issuances to immigrant visa applicants who are nationals of the following countries. 75 of them, and yours truly, Ghana, is there. Then you come down, you come to frequently asked questions. So a nurse will be asking himself or herself now, if there's a ban on nurses, what happens to me as a nurse? Let's read a bit more. The picture becomes clear. Frequently asked questions. What happens to my immigrant visa interview appointment? Now, before I read it, let me give you a bit of explanation here. For non-immigrant visa applicants, teachers, as part of your visa application process, that is, after getting the job, getting your DS 2019, you fill the form online, you are going to struggle to get a date for your visa appointment, your visa interview appointment. For immigrant visa applicant nurses, you don't struggle to get a date. A date is assigned you when you're, after passing the NCLEX, we file a document called I-140. I'll be showing you a couple of them today. When you file your I-140 with the US Citizenship and Immigration Service in the US, they assign a date to you. That date is called priority date. When that priority date becomes current, you go to the US Embassy, you have your interview done, you get your visa, you go. When there is no pause, you get your visa, you go to the US. So for immigrant visa applicants, nurses, you don't struggle to get a date. A date will be assigned you right from day one. For teachers, you need to get a date, like all other non-immigrant visa applicants who needs a date to go for their visa interview. But there's a way to go about it, and when the time comes, we help you. Okay, so with that clearly in your mind, what happens to my immigrant visa interview appointment? This appointment date has been scheduled for you by the USCIS, there's a National Visa Center, and then the US Embassy. You're going to get an email from the embassy when the priority date is becoming current. You get an email from the embassy. Mr. So and so, you have received your green card approval, your I-140 approval, and we have scheduled you to come for a visa interview the next 3 months. They will send you an email, and they have your phone number. They will call you to tell you that on this date, come for your visa interview. When you are coming, bring along medical reports, bring this, bring that, bring that, bring that. You take it along. Okay? So that is for nurses. For teachers, you fall under non-migrant. So When you have been scheduled for a visa appointment, if you already have an appointment during this pause, listen to what they are saying. What happens to my immigrant visa interview appointment? Immigrant visa applicants who are nationals of affected countries may submit visa applications and attend interviews. And the department will continue to schedule visa interviews. What does this mean? You said there's a pause. Why are you still interviewing people? Because people have been given priority date. The embassies have written to them and have confirmed the date for them. They are in the process of going through that interview process. So the interview process is not paused. What will happen is during the pause, when you go for the interview and you pass, they will give you a form and tell you, wait. After the pause, they will send you your, they will contact you, bring your passport, get your visa, you go. Okay. For teachers, once again, this does not affect you in any way. It has nothing to do with you because your visa is non-immigrant visa, not immigrant visa. Are there any exceptions? Dual nationals applying with a valid passport of a country that is not listed above are exempt from this pause. So let's say you are a dual national, you have a Ghana and a UK passport, or you're a Ghana passport holder, you're also a national of a UK or any country that is not affected by the pause. This pause will not affect you. Children being adopted by Americans can qualify for exception, including national interests, exception pursuant to presidential proclamations, so and so and so. That does not apply to any of us, so I'm going to jump that. The next question, does this affect my current valid visa? No immigrant visas have been revoked as part of this guidance. So all those who currently have green cards, okay, so the immigrant visa invariably is called the green card. So all those who have the green cards, the immigrant visas, they are not affected, they are not revoked. For questions regarding admission to the United States, we refer you to the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. Does this apply to tourist visas? No. This pause is specifically for immigrant visa applicants. Tourist visas are non-immigrant visas and are not affected. Okay. The other day, I saw someone posting an employment, a permanent employment application approval notice and claimed that his employer in the US filed the I-140 for him, and the I-140 was denied because of the pause. And that is where the misinformation starts. When I read a short while ago, what I read a short while ago regarding the pause from the US Department of Labor's website only talked about interviews for immigrant visa. Now, before you even get the interview date, and nurses, I need you to pay attention here. Before you even get to the point where this whole pause affects you, there are a number of processes you're going to go through. None of you are nowhere near this point. None of you here. It's nowhere near this point and this pause. This pause for you is far in the future. A minimum of 8 to 12 months from now, before this pause, if it still remains in effect by then, before it begins to affect you. And the processes leading to you getting an interview date, you are even yet to start. And so the pause is even far in the future, it does not affect you. One of the processes is what I'm showing on my screen, and it is one of the things the person shared on the page. When there are two categories of nurses we are recruiting. And by the way, the person who shared that information is not our applicant. We have nursing assistants and registered nurses. For nursing assistant, when they have finished, there's a course they do, they write an exams. When they pass, we first file an employment labor certification approval for them, permanent employment certification approval with the U.S. Department of Labor. It goes through the process. It takes 1.5 years for this approval to come, from the date of filing for this approval to come. So for the one I'm sharing, you will see a case number. They give you a case number. You can use it to track your case online independently. You get the case number from day one when the case is filed. And you will see filing date. So this one was filed November 16, 2023, and it was approved April 6, 2025. So from November to April 2025, that is about 1.5 years waiting. Now, when this is approved, you now use this together with other documents to now file the I-140. I want to show you that also. I'm sharing my screen. It should show on your screen shortly. Okay. Now we use it to file an I-140. So on this screen, you see, and you do the filing with Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. When it is approved, you get this, we call it I-797 Notice of Action. The United States of America, I-797 Notice of Action, Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. And you see case type I-140, immigrant petition for an alien worker. The beneficiary's name, the employer who petitioned it on your behalf, the priority date I spoke of. This is this person's priority date. Then there's a receipt number. You can use this number to independently track. And I'm going to show you how it's done. We filed, and this is where I need you to pay attention. Let me increase the font size a bit. Okay, this is much better. We filed this I-140 on this date, September 24, 2025. The US dating system, the month comes first before the day and the year. So the filing was received by the Department, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service on September 24, 2025. This was the date it was approved. April 22nd, 2026. We are now in, today is 2nd June, barely a month ago. We received this approval for this applicant, I-140. That is on your screen now. And this is during the period of the pause or the ban. The ban did not affect this applicant. Now, somebody will say, oh, this is maybe one out of many. The lawyers will say Exhibit 2. Another nurse will file for. This is another applicant, I-140 petition for an alien worker. The petitioner is the employer, the future employer. This is the priority date, and this is the receipt number. This was also filed September 24, 2025. Approval date for April 22nd, 2026. In fact, I forgot to read that one. It is written here in black and white. The above petition has been approved. We have sent it to the Department of State National Visa Center. National Visa Center processes all approved immigrant visa petitions that need consular action. It also determines which consular post is appropriate for consulate, is the appropriate consulate to complete visa processing. National Visa Center will then forward the approved petition to that consulate. So if you are in Ghana and we file the I-140, they will send it through. So USCIS will now send it through the National Visa Center at the State Department in the US. And the National Visa Center will now send it to your country's US Embassy. In our case, US Embassy in Accra. This is also in April, when there is a ban. Exhibit 3. Another nurse, Kissy Belinda, petitioner, I-140, date September 24, 2025, approved date April 22nd, 2026. All during the period of the pause of the ban. Exhibit 5. Approval date, April 22nd, 2026. My brother who posted his labor certificate and created the impression on the page that his I-140 was not approved because of the ban. You propagated a serious misinformation. It is not true that your I-140 was not approved because of the ban. The ban is not a ban on US citizenship and immigration service process. It's a pause on the US State Department, 2 different bodies. And even during the pause, I have just read to you, we have nurses preparing to go for visa interviews during the pause. Okay? So, the scripture says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish. Whatever your employer told you that they did not approve your I-140 because of the ban was not true. Get back to them. Ask them to tell you exactly why it was not approved. We have similar situations where I-140s will file if the US Citizens and Immigration Service want to make a determination of the case. They will request for what we call RFE, request for additional evidence. Your employer may have received a request for additional evidence if they have not submitted their audited account or they have not provided proof that they have enough funds to support you when it comes to the US. The USCIS will decline, will not approve your I-140. There are several other reasons why I-140s will not be approved. But one of them is definitely not because of the ban or the pause. Aside the ones I've shown you, there are many of our nurses whose I-140 approval we have received between January 2026 till now. We keep receiving I-140 approvals during the period of the pause. After the I-140 approval, you wait for your priority date to become current. I've shown you what the priority date is and where you see it. As soon as you file the I-140, you have your date. And then you wait when it becomes current. Sometimes 3 months to 6 months before it becomes current, you receive an email from the US Embassy. Your priority date will soon be current. Prepare and bring this and that and that. Go to this lab, go and do this lab test, do that lab test, and do this and come. Okay? So, I believe that matter is resolved. Now, there's a small matter of what do we do from here? Oh, yes. I promised you I'm going to show you how to check the I-140 filing so that a mischievous person will not come and post on the page, oh, you showed us some document, we have no proof they are genuine. Let me show you. In today's technology world, information is easily available and is easily obtained. Now, to check your I-140 filing, you just put in the receipt number here, IOE 0933937017. It's just like in Ghana, when technology came. Gone are the days when the policeman meets you on the way when you are driving, and the policeman wants to check your license, your insurance. Will ask you where's your policy statement. You will give him a paper to check. They check your sticker. Those days are gone. Those of you who drive, you know what I'm talking about. The policeman wants to check your insurance. There's a code they dial, then they'll put in your car number, and automatically, instantly, they will get a feedback from the National Insurance Commission. Your car insurance status, the car number, and even the color and the model of the car automatically comes. Exactly the same way. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service has this case status online check. All you do is, once you do the filing for you, get a receipt. The receipt will come with your receipt number, IOE 0933937017. You type it in, you click check status, and voila, it says case approved. This is the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. The case number I just put in says case approved. On April 22nd, 2026, we approved your Form I-140, Immigrant Petition for an Alien Worker, receipt number IOE, the one I just typed in, and sent your approval, and sent you an approval notice. The notice is what I shared with you. Please follow the instructions in your notice. If you do not receive your approval notice by May 22nd, 2026, please visit our website and so and so and so and so. So the story I'm telling you, these are verifiable stories. You can independently check them. Okay? One of the saddest things we have noticed with the members we have on our page, you guys have a reading problem, a serious reading problem. So somebody come to ask a question, it is answered. That same question is asked by the next person, by the next person, by the next person. You can just read. The answer is simply on your screen. Okay, so let's read so that we are not misinformed. Of course, there are fraudsters around. The US government knows that there are fraudsters around. They have measures in place so that the serious ones stay alert. You'll be able to catch fraudsters right from day one. Okay. Now let's make progress. Now, teachers who sign the offer letter and email the offer letter, we received it and responded, and in the response we said, wait for us for our next steps. Today I want to discuss the next steps with you. From Monday going, we're going to get in touch with you one by one, and it's going to be first come, first serve basis. We're going to get in touch with you and start a process for you. This is the good news. The good news is those of you who have already done your credentials evaluation with Spantran, you will pay absolutely nothing. We'll get the process done for you. We'll get the information, get everything done for you, get you an employer, get the employment contract. There will be an interview. We will not do the interview. The employer in the US, a school district will do the interview. Will interview you. And before they will interview you, we need to submit documents, submit an application on your behalf with a lot of information. Some of the information we're going to need includes your passport. Let's quickly run through over them. Provide your full legal name exactly as it appears in your passport, your date of birth, nationality, marital status, residential address, email address, telephone number. Now, let me finish my sentence before I forget something. Those of you who did your credentials evaluation with WES, what is WES? I've forgotten the full name. You know WES credential evaluation, you know it. I have been informed that they will also accept that. So we are accepting both the Spantran credentials evaluation and the WES credentials evaluation. If you have done your credentials evaluation for the US, you are good to go. Those who want to go, teachers who want to go to the UK and have completed, what is that document? I've done your evaluation for the UK, that is also accepted. You pay nothing for it. We go through the process with you step by step. It's going to be individualized. It's not going to be a mass program. It's going to be individualized. Get in touch with you one by one, first by email, then we call you, set up a meeting with you, a Zoom meeting, one-on-one only. We're going to discuss the next steps, the documents we need, what we're going to file. We'll need your academic certificate, diploma, if you have, professional certificate that demonstrates your academic qualifications and teaching experience. The official transcript that shows the courses you have completed, the grades you obtained, your degree, okay? Your license, your teaching license, and any other evidence of your good standing with Ghana Education Service. Employment records, they call it employment certificate. Your appointment letters, promotion letters, there's any contract, record showing your teaching employment history. Your teaching employment history must clearly state the subject taught, grade levels, years of experience, and any leadership or extracurricular activities or responsibilities you were involved. As for extracurricular activities, oh, the Americans love it. They love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay? Your CV, we're going to help you develop your CV. Some have done great CVs. Sadly, in today's day and age, a lot of you still have CVs that does not have your passport photograph on it. That is not acceptable. We're going to help you, we'll provide you with even templates, easy to fill in. Fill in the blank, cut and paste, nicely done, review it, structure it nicely. You have a solid CV. There must be a passport photograph, a beautiful passport photograph will guide you on how to go about all those little things. Recommendation letters. You need to obtain letters of recommendation from your headmaster, district director of education, your colleague or professional supervisor, highlighting your teaching competence, but most importantly, your character. We have templates to provide you to guide you. Employment verification, it's a letter. A template letter will give you, you fill in the blanks, you give it to your employer, you fill in the blanks, and the rest will be easy for you. Then certificates from your workshops you have attended, seminars, in-service training, conferences, any other professional development activities you have involved yourself in, you have certificate from them, you want to have them. It helps a lot. Demonstrate strong English communication skills. IELTS, TOEFL is not required, but if you have taken it already, it's a great advantage. Then your dependent information, similar information for your spouse, for your children. We will need their passport size photograph. We need photograph of you also, and their passport size photograph, and so on and so forth. Now, a summary of the processes we're going to go through. We're going to help you fine-tune the documents for application, submit it. It goes through screening with your US employer. We are not going to do the screening. We are going to help you fine-tune it so that it meets their criteria. When it meets their criteria, they pick it. They will arrange an interview with you. We will coach you the interview, how to dress, how to show yourself, how to present yourself, how to answer questions, likely questions they will ask, how to respond to them. After the successful interview, there will be schools, there will be matching with the school that need you. There will be an employment contract issued. Will help you review the contract, make sure everything is correct. You sign, and then the sponsorship bit starts, the visa process and everything goes through. Now, the sponsors will work with your school district to identify positions that match your qualification, experience, and subject specialization. The subject, we have already told you the subjects we are looking for. Mathematics, science, English, the specific science subjects, physics, chemistry, biology, STEM programs, special education. If you have early childhood qualification, early childhood, yes. But those with masters in interesting subjects, career development, and then other subjects. No, we cannot get you jobs. Those we can get jobs are those we have specifically listed. Your sponsor issues a DS 2019, and then we help you do the visa application. Your sponsor pays the service fees. There are service fees you're also going to pay when the time comes. Okay, and then you keep payment record. We'll guide you through all that. You also do the DS 160 with the US Embassy in Accra, get an interview date, and then you go for your interview. A visa interview, how to prepare, questions asked, how to answer them. In fact, when the day comes, we'll personally drive you to the embassy and help you attend that interview. And then the rest, you get your visas and you go. Okay, so that will start from Monday. It comes at no cost to you if you have already done the credentials evaluation. Okay, so I think we have covered a lot. There are so much we're going to go through. Teachers, a note of caution. There are a few of you who present themselves on the page that they know it all. If you already know it, don't waste your time with us. Go ahead and do your own thing. But if you're going to be patient with us and humble and help us go through the process together with you, we're going to help you. We are recruiting for school districts. They have their own sponsors that will sponsor teachers that will go. It's a tedious, long process. There are some who present themselves on the page, and you have been reading some of the questions on the page and some of the impression they create on the page. They are the know-it-all people. If you know it all, please don't waste your time with us. Those who don't know it and are patient, we promise you we're going to guide you every step of the way. When we get you your visa and everything is set, you pay your fees before you leave. Okay, so that is for teachers. I want to turn my attention to my nurses. Nurses, oh my God, there's a lot of work we need to do. There's a lot of work we need to do. And please note, we are recruiting both nurses and degree midwives. For nurses, we're talking about general nurses, diploma, degree. For midwives, we're only talking about degree midwives. We are not recruiting the other nomenclature of nurses, mental health nurses. Mental health nurses, if you have a degree in mental health nurses, we may consider that. But if it's a diploma, no, we cannot help you. Community health nurses, public health nurses, unless you have degrees in them, then we'll be able to consider that. Now, it is not a question about your qualification, but it's the question of the requirements in the US. For those who meet the requirement, these are the processes we're going to go through. Step one, we need to start a credentials evaluation for you. Unless you have already done the credentials evaluation, we continue from there. But if you are yet to start your credentials evaluation, we want to start with you. We're going to hold your hand, do the application, every step for you. You need to meet the education requirement in the US before you'll be allowed to take the licensure exam. You must have completed a nursing program that is equivalent to a US registered nursing program. Ghanaian Diploma RGN and BSc Nursing and many BSc midwifery graduates typically begin with a credentials evaluation. There are a number of credential evaluation companies. There are thousands of them, but we generally use two. We use CGFNS, or they are called True Merit today, for diploma general nurses and degree general nurses. Midwives, we use International Education Evaluation, or sometimes ERES, to do your evaluation for you. They will need your nursing education, your nursing license, your transcript, your degree diploma, and they will determine its compatibility with US nursing education standards. When we do the application, you pay for it. The fees is between $485 to $500, $600, depending on which evaluation company we are using. Now, when we do the application, we pay for it. I mean, you pay for it. There will be forms from them, i.e. CGFNS. You take one of the forms to your school to verify your transcript, one of the form to NMC for them to verify your license. Okay? Once that is done, we will need your passport, we will need your birth certificate, we will need your WASI certificate or SSE certificate, depending on which of the high schools, which year you completed, either WASI or SSE certificate. Of course, your transcript, your nursing degree and diploma. After the credentials evaluation, we now submit an application to a board of nursing in the US. The United States had 50 boards of nursing, 50 nursing and midwifery councils. Each state has its own NMC, and each state NMC has its own rules. Whilst one state board of nursing will not accept a midwife to write the NCLEX, another board will accept a midwife to write the NCLEX. It takes experience to know which state board of nursing to approach and which one not to approach. The registration also comes to an application fee you will pay. Then, there should be a step 3. I jumped that. Okay, so there should be a step. Okay, so before we register you Pearson VUE, you also need to do a criminal background check. For nurses, your criminal background check is not done in Ghana. It's done in the US. There's an independent body under the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, that does the criminal background check of nurses who wants to take the NCLEX exams for that purpose. They are called Ident2Go, CAT scan Ident2Go. Register you there, you pay, they send a unique thumbprint cards. You take it to the Ghana Police Service or the BNI, you thumbprint it. When you finish, you post it to the US. You are not doing the criminal background check in Ghana. Teachers will be doing criminal background check in Ghana, but nurses will not do criminal background checks in Ghana. You will do it in the US. After that, we register you with Pearson VUE and then pay for the NCLEX exams. In fact, there are two payments you need to do with Pearson VUE. The first one is to pay for the registration. The second one, after the payment for the registration, you're going to receive what we call authorization to test. Authorization to test. In other words, you are now eligible to take the exam. So note the bodies we're going to register you with. Credentials Evaluation, with CGFNS or IEE. Board of Nursing Application. Ident to go for fingerprinting, criminal background check. Pearson VUE, 2 registrations. So by the time you go to take the NCLEX exam, you would have registered and paid with 4 or 5 different bodies in the US before you now go to take the exams. It's a bit cumbersome, it's a bit windy, but we are there to guide you every step of the way to make sure you don't make a single mistake. Because the US people, their character is, if you make one mistake, for every step you apply, you pay. If you make a mistake, that payment is gone down the drain. They will not refund it. And so it's important we help you go through each stage one by one so that you don't make a mistake. Now, when you have received the authorization to test, you now pay to be scheduled with Pearson VUE for you to get a date and an exam center. So we schedule your NCLEX examination at Pearson VUE Testing Center. Many Ghana nurses choose to write the NCLEX in, oh no, the NCLEX is not in Accra. The NCLEX is not in Accra. It's not in Ghana. But the nearest NCLEX exam center is in South Africa. Oh, sorry, my microphone got muted. So the NCLEX exam is not written in Ghana. The nearest to Ghana is South Africa, Kenya. We send our nurses to the Philippines because Aguinaldo, Ghana is also in the Philippines. We have Aguinaldo, Philippines. Then there are exam centers in India, in the US, every state in the US, London. There are so many other exam centers around the world, except Ghana. In fact, the whole of Africa, we only have Kenya and South Africa, and none in Ghana. Okay. Then after passing your NCLEX, you get a US registered nurse license. You become a US RN. Depending on which board we register you with, for general nurses, we normally register our general nurses with the New Mexico Board of Nursing. And with them, when you take the exams today, we are able to see your results in 6 hours. When you pass, 6 hours after the exams, when you pass, you get your certificate, you get your license, you get your PIN the same day. The same day, you get everything. It's not like Ghana when you finish, you have to go and do rotation 1 year later before you get your PIN, your license. No. With most boards in the US, same day you get The certificate, you get the PIN, you get the license. Everything the same day. Other boards, it takes some time. 2 weeks, at the maximum is about 3 months. Those who register with a board like New York board, it can take quite a bit of time because that board has a small office and they do everything in-house. They also do their own credentials evaluation. And so their processes are a bit slow. Another board like Illinois board, they are also a bit slow. But there are other boards, New Mexico, same day, you get everything, same day. Okay, then after you pass your NCLEX, we now file your I-140. So the I-140 I talked about from the beginning. You see what stage you'll be filing it. The I-140 is filed, it goes through a process, it is approved. Then after the approval, you wait for your priority date to become current before the interview date, the visa interview. That is why I said from the beginning that for most of you starting now, the current pause or ban will not affect you because you are far away from it. You are, when I say far away, not in terms of distance, but in terms of time, you are nowhere near it. Okay. Now, midwives here, I want to address a particular concern midwives have kept asking. Now, when your I-140 is approved, and before you go for your visa interview for nurses, for both general nurses and midwives, you'll also need to obtain another document. We'll get it from you from the US State Department. And that document is called Visa Screen Certificate. Well, okay, so that's the problem. That document is popularly known as Visa Screen Certificate, but that is not the actual name for it. That document is called Healthcare Worker Certificate. Healthcare Worker Certificate. And if you are a mother, if you're a woman, and if you're a father, you know Pampers. Pampers, the one we use to dress our babies. Pampers is a diaper. But today, if a mother is sending the child, you won't say, oh, go and buy me diaper. Go and buy me Pampers. And the child instinctively knows what to go and buy. But Pampers is just one brand of many, many, many other brands of diapers. In the same way, Visa Screen Certificate is just one name, one brand of the healthcare worker certificate you need to get before your visa interview. Now, for you to get this healthcare worker certificate, you need to have passed the NCLEX. You also need to have passed your English proficiency test, IELTS, TOEFL, OET. There are about 5 or 6 different types of English proficiency tests. There's Pearson PTE, there's Michigan PTE. There are 6 of them. Globally recognized English proficiency tests. You only select one. And for our agency, the one we register our nurses with is the IELTS. You need to take the IELTS. You need to get a band score, overall band of 6.0 with English 6.5. So listening test 6.0, writing test 6.0, reading test 6.0, but the speaking test, you need to get 6.5. But the overall band score should be 6.0. Once you obtain this score, we now use it to apply for the healthcare worker certificate. Now, the The popular one everybody knows is the visa screen. The visa screen certificate is the one issued by CGFNS. But there are other companies authorized by the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service to issue this same healthcare worker certificate, and it is admissible, it is acceptable. I want to show you something. There are companies, at least there are 4 other companies that issues the equivalent of the visa screen certificate. Now, I am taking my time to say this because we know CGFNS does not issue visa screen for midwives. And that has been a question that comes up a lot. That has been a question that comes up a lot. So, not to waste much of your time, I ChatGPT visa screen for midwives. On my screen is a ChatGPT prompt. Can a degree midwife from Ghana who had passed NCLEX exams and has received I-140 approval from the USCIS get a visa screen certificate for the US? This is the answer. Yes. A degree midwife who had passed the NCLEX and has an approved I-140 can generally obtain a visa screen certificate provided she meets all visa screen requirements and education is found comparable to US registered nursing standards. In the US, many foreign trained midwives qualify through the registered nurse pathway if they hold RN equivalent nursing education and licensure. Midwife, listen carefully. When we recruit you, we are preparing you to write NCLEX exams. The NCLEX exams is a licensure exams for nurses in the United States. Once we are able to successfully get you the credentials evaluation done, get you a board of nursing approved, get you Pearson VU ATT, you go to write the NCLEX exams and you pass. You are now a registered nurse in the US, not a midwife. Once a midwife takes the NCLEX exams and pass, you are now a registered nurse in the United States. You go to the US, you practice nursing, not midwifery. So once you pass the NCLEX, we are able to get you the visa screen, not from CGFNS, but from other bodies, companies that have been authorized by the USCIS to issue their visa screen. I want to scroll down and read a bit about that for you. So I come down here. So, ChatGPT goes on to tell you all the things you need to do, all the things you need to have. You need to have BSc Midwifery Ghana, pass the NCLEX. I specifically asked for North Carolina board. You hold a North Carolina RN license after the NCLEX. You have an approved I-140, and you have an IELTS overall band of 6.5. Should be 6.0 actually. We accept 6.0. And then they give a breakdown, and then you now can get your visa screen. Sorry for that. So I go down, and my midwives, please pay attention. I asked another question. Which organizations are USCIS authorized to issue the US Healthcare Worker Certificate for Ghana nurses for the US? For Ghana trained registered nurses and midwives. I only even asked for nurses. ChatGPT had added midwives. Seeking US immigration, USCIS currently recognizes the following organization to issue the healthcare worker certificate required under US immigration law. And please pay attention. Approved organization for nurses. Organization CGFNS or True Merit. They call it Visa Screen Certificate and is most widely used. The next one, IEE, International Education Evaluation. They call it Global Bridge Healthcare Worker Certificate. Another organization, Joseph Sinal and Associate, they call it Visa for Nurses. Then the fourth one, the evaluation companies. This one, teachers know it. They are called Spantran. They also are authorized to issue the visa stream. They call it Visa Key Certificate. Among all these, it is only CGFNS that does not issue visa screen for midwives. But very soon, we'll get there. When CGFNS started, they started with just a limited number. Now they issue visa screen for physician assistants, physical therapists, physiotherapists, all kinds of people, except midwives. Gradually, they will get there. But currently, international education evaluation issues their visa stream they call the Global Bridge. Now, our agency, Aguinaldo Ghana Recruitment Agency, has a partnership, has an existing partnership with IEE. So if you go to our website, you know most of you have been there. You have read it, but it did not make sense to you. Let me take 1 minute to explain it. So this is our website. You scroll down. And then you come to, these are our partners. United Methodist Healthcare Recruitment, you already know them. They are your future employers for nurses. So as soon as you pass your NCLEX, there's an employment contract waiting for you. In fact, you sign the employment contract with United Methodist, the job, even before you go to take the NCLEX. And as soon as you pass, they sponsor 100% the filing of your green card, your visa, your ticket, accommodation, and the job to the US. IE, the very organization I'm talking about, is our partners. When you click on it, it will take you to a dedicated website IE have developed for us. So you see International Education Evaluation, Aguinaldo Ghana Recruitment Agency. And they offer two broad services. They offer the credentials evaluation, or what they call Board of Nursing Licensure Report, which is the credentials evaluation, and then the Global Bridges, which is what CGFNS called Visa Screen Certificates. And through our partnership, today, if you want to do the visa screen with IE, directly to them, you'll be paying $695 for the application fee. By the time you add additional reports and other documentation, you'll be paying about $740. If you do it through us, it's $515. If you do credentials evaluation with them, it is in excess of $400, $500. You do it through us, $395. So what I am telling you, what we are telling you, we know it most assuredly because we have used it in the past. You can visit the website. All the information is there. Do your own search. And so midwives, I have taken my time to speak on this matter. There is a young man called Manuel, who is a TikTok content creator. And you know content creators on social media, there's no check on them. And so whatever they tell you, whether it's true or not, for them is the content, then the likes, the share, they get paid. End of story. I have seen some of his social media videos where he keep on saying midwives cannot get visa screen. Partly true. Midwives cannot get visa screen from CGFNS, but they most assuredly get the healthcare worker certificate, which is invariably called visa screen. Remember my pamper story. Okay. Visa screen is a popular name, but the correct name is healthcare worker certificate. And other companies issue, at least for IEE, whom we have partnership with, issues the visa screen. They call it the Global Bridges Certificate for nurses, and it allows you to work. Please search, Google it, find out yourself. On this note, I want to pause here and unmute you if you have any questions, just 5 minutes, taking too much of your time. If you have no question, we'll bring today's meeting to a close. Next week, we'll start.
Yes,
Do you have any? Yes.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much. My name is Doku Francis.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Francis, go on. We are listening.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I'm a teacher, and please, based on the process for us, please, I want to know whether we are going to do it online for the application, the one that you said it will be starting from Monday. I want to know whether we'll do it online or maybe we'll come to your office at Accra or anywhere.
No, like I said, we're going to do a Zoom meeting one-on-one, Zoom online.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter your location. Anywhere you are in the world, you can go through the process.
Okay, then, sir, please, the last one. Please, based on the recommendation letter, you been mentioned of district director's own. With the head and maybe a colleague teacher or a supervisor in the school, that one is quite easy to get, but for the district, that is what I'm thinking about. So I want to know whether if it is compulsory for a teacher to get a district director's own, or maybe once you have headmaster's own and maybe the supervisor and maybe a colleague own. That is what I want to know.
Well, Francis, we appreciate sometimes it's difficult depending on which district you are. Some district directors are level-headed. Others, it's a different story. But there are ways of going around it. We're going to help you get it. Because if you get a district director's letter, it's a heavyweight. It's a heavyweight. In the US, the school districts are also organized around district system. So they also have school districts, just like we have. But it's not regionally based the way it's structured in Ghana. There are slight differences. So if a letter is coming from a district director to a comparable district head or district principal in the US, trust me, it's a heavyweight.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, I'm Grace. And
hello,
as you said,
sorry, you are what?
The teachers are starting just on Monday.
Hello,
sir.
Yes, your name I see is 0000. What's your name?
Grace.
Oh, Grace. Okay. Grace, go ahead.
Yes. Please, as you said, the teachers are starting their process on Monday. And when are we the next starting hours? And I want to ask again, if we are starting ours on Monday too, how long would it take for us to write the NCLEX?
Oh, okay. Grace. I think you are new. Nurses who are to start. Okay, we posted an offer letter on the page. Maybe you missed it. I'm going to repost it this evening. You need to sign the offer letter and then email it. There's an email address on the offer letter. When you email it, you're going to get an email back that tells you exactly what to do next. And those who had done it had already started. Okay?
Please, I understand that one. Sir, please, I've received I've done the offer letter and I've received my email. So can I start
Yes.
with the process?
Yes, please start.
Okay.
It's in the
Thank
mail.
you.
It's in the mail. Please
Okay.
start.
I've received it already.
All right. So please start.
Okay.
Start.
Okay,
You
thank
can
you.
start immediately. All right. And then you ask a
Okay,
question.
thank you very much.
You ask a question about how long
Hello,
the class is going to take. Once you start your own
Yes,
credentials
please.
evaluation, we add you to an ongoing class. The class is 16 weeks, 4 months. But it is not a hard and fast rule. From our past experience,
Okay.
we have different nurses. We have nurses who are just fresh from school. They have just finished their rotations. They have fresh nursing brains. They have no children, they have no husbands or wives, and they are even not working. We have recruited them. Those people quickly, 4 months, they are ready to take the NCLEX and pass. But there are others who are mothers, who are husbands, who are working at the same time, and they have to go to work, close, come and study. It's tedious. Those are a bit slow. So during your class attendance and participation, we have a system to tell us that Grace is at this level, she can take the NCLEX now and pass. So Grace may take the NCLEX after 4 months, or sometimes 6 months or 8 months later. We are flexible with that. I hope I've answered.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Hello,
please.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
My name is Wakaso Inusa, a general nurse.
Hi, Wakaso Inusa.
Yes, sir. So I've already finished my credential report with CGFNS.
Okay.
So, how will I start, sir? And if you could kindly leave, and so I can contact you privately and explain a lot of things to you, sir.
Okay.
Why I'm still at that stage, sir.
No problem. I suspect there's a problem somewhere. But whatever it is, Wakasu, your first step is to fill and submit the offer letter. It was always the starting point. And then you said I should leave my number. If you're on the page, you already have my number.
Yes, I'm on the page.
You already have my number.
Okay, sir.
All right. Now, a few questions in the chat. Good evening. I'm new here. I am a mental health nurse. Please, let me see. Oops, sorry. My chat is gone. Okay. So she says, please, I'm a mental health nurse. Please, can you run through the process for nurses? Thank you. Oh, yes, I think your question came late. I have done that already. Benita says, you are muted. Oh, sorry, Benita, thank you for that. Prosper says, with the visa screen for IE, does it do away with the IELTS? No. You always need to take the English, you always will take the IELTS. Benita said, can you post the offer letter again, please? Yes, Benita, I'm going to do that this evening. Okay. Francis Boafo, your hand is up. Please ask your question.
Okay, sir. I want to find out the credential evaluation. You see, most teachers do attend colleges of education before pursuing to do 2 years or 3 years or 1 year degree program. So I want to find out the credential evaluation. Are we going to add the diploma certificate, including the university certificate together? That's my question.
Francis, I didn't get the last. You mean you have both the diploma and the university certificate?
Yes. You see, the diploma was a 3 years program,
Mm-hmm.
and the university certificate was a 2.5 years program.
Mm-hmm.
It was a top up of the diploma, but it
Mm-hmm.
was a 2.5 program at the secondary education.
Yes.
So I wanted to find out, like, if we are doing the credential evaluation, we are going to add the 2 certificates for the credential evaluation.
Okay, I get it. Now that's a beautiful question. And I have 2 answers to that question. The first one is, if both the diploma and the degree are both general nursing, okay, if both the diploma and the degree are both general nursing, we'll do the credential evaluation for the 2. Francis, do you get that? If both the diploma general nursing certificate and the degree if they are general nursing certificate, we'll do credential evaluation for both. In fact, the effect is actually the same. I will add it. The only difference is there will be an extra, there's an extra form you need to send to the university for the credentials evaluation to be done. But there are nurses who did diploma in general nursing and went on to do other programs and not general nursing as degree. Some went on to do specialization courses like emergency nursing, like critical care nursing, like, public health nursing, and other nursing. What we do is, that is a complication. In fact, you don't need that degree. Once you have diploma general nursing, we can get you the authorization to take the NCLEX. We close our eyes on the degree and we use the diploma alone to do the credential evaluation for you to get your ATT. We have done it over and over and over, and it works. As soon as you add the emergency nursing degree, the other degrees, which are not general nursing, it brings a whole lot of complication. There are even nurses who had completed, after the general nursing, they went to King Tampo School of Well-Being and did physician assistantship. And those people, oh my, we just close our eyes on the physician assistantship program. Okay, so I think, Francis, I've answered your question. To Bali Salvation says, hi, sir, please, the offer letter, is it in the email I received would contain the WhatsApp link? No, the offer letter will post it on the page. You probably have not seen it. Then one question, do you consider teachers for opportunities in other countries like UK, New Zealand, Australia? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Just sign the offer letter, submit it. When we engage you one-on-one, those who want to go to the UK, we do the UK process for you. Those who want to go to New Zealand, we do the New Zealand process for you. Those who want to go to Canada, we do the Canadian process for you. And those who want to go to the US, we do the US process for you. So it all starts with the offer letter. If we don't have any other question, thank you very much for your time. If you have any question, we are on the page posted there, and then we'll answer it. Thank you, good evening, and goodbye to all of you.